Hey guys, I'm continuing my People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People series where I kind of select a celebrity that was on this year's list in the magazine and I go ahead and try to duplicate their look basically. So far I've done Jennifer Lopez and Carrie Underwood, and today's look is Megan Fox. So if you haven't seen the magazine, this is her look there. She's got very, fresh skin as is characteristic in many of her pictures, but in this one her eyes are sort of natural and she's got kind of a rosy lips. So that's sort of, the look I'm going for here with this. And so it's a very actually easy look to duplicate, and it's the kind of look that could be a great everyday look for a lot of us. So that's kind of why I wanted to pick this. I know sometimes, we've probably all seen her looking different than she does maybe in this picture, but I thought this was kind of a classic, shot of what she usually does look like. So I'm going to base it off of that picture in the magazine and take you through how I did the color on the face, the eyes, and the lips. And if you want to see how I pulled it off, keep on watching. Alright, something I've noticed is that Megan in almost all of her pictures just seems to have a really great glow to her skin. It's not necessarily a completely matte look, so that's why I'm going to be taking some bronzing products and also a cream blush to show you how to kind of achieve that look that she's got. First though, what I've already done is applied a foundation, and I used one that has not necessarily the most matte finish, and it is Maybelline's Mineral Power. I am medium 1. And then I also used my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in Natural just to conceal some areas around my face. It's just really nice for spot concealing. And then I dusted some Mary Kay loose powder all over just to set that part. Now as for the rest of her face, I won't necessarily call it in this picture that I'm going off of super bronzed, but it just has that really healthy look. So I'm going to use a bronzer that I recently got that I'm really liking because it's just natural enough. You know what I mean? It's not over the top. It's not an unbelievable sort of bronze, but it's from MAC, and it is the bronzing powder in Golden. And so it's not overly shimmery, but it's just the color tone works really well with my skin. And I'm just going to use this, where I would usually put bronzer, kind of around your temples where the sun might naturally hit. And I'm using this big kabuki brush. I've had some questions about it. I found this at Big Lots, and the brand is called Upstage. There's no telling exactly what Big Lots will all be carrying. You know how they all kind of carry different items at different times, so I can't promise you that every Big Lots has this, but, it might be worth a look. So again, just kind of dusting this, giving myself a light dusting, and then I'm going to go back and kind of concentrate some right there, kind of as a little cheek contour. Same for this side. And right up in here. So now we've got that pretty kind of not over the top, but a little bit of a bronze look. And then I want to keep with the dewy cheeks that she has, so I'm going to try another new MAC product. I know I got a few new things, but this is the cream blush in Posey, and so it's a really pretty kind of deep pink shade, and a little bit goes a long way, I found. But I'm just going to get a little bit on my finger and sort of dot some right here. I'm just going to kind of blend it out in a circular motion, mainly blending it back. And this just gives us that really fresh, healthy look. So same here, just kind of blend it back, using very little of the product. And then just to sort of set the look and keep with the somewhat, just semi shimmery look that she's got going on, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips in Waikiki Strip. It's kind of a peachy glow, and I'm going to use my fan brush to make sure I keep it really sheer on the application. And I'm just going to dust that over my cheeks for a highlight here. And right down the nose and across the forehead. Alright, time for the eyes, and Megan's eyes, at least in the picture I'm going off of, are pretty minimal, so, and you really can't totally see maybe exactly what's done in terms of eyeshadow, but I can tell that there's not a lot of contouring out in here, and it's kept, for the most part, pretty natural. So I'm going to use a new quad that I have from CoverGirl called Drama Eyes, and these colors are actually really pigmented and have really nice color payoff. So CoverGirl has kind of change their formulations of their shadows. And so if you're looking for a quad like this, I mean with kind of some smoky shades, this would be a really good pick. But today you're going to see how we use it in more of a natural way. So I'm going to take the silver shade that's right here, right there, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And I've already put on some Too Faced shadow insurance, but I'm going to just apply the silver all over my lid here, just to give us kind of that base color to make us seem wide awake, you know, and ready to go. Okay, that'll be good there. And then I'm going to take my medium-sized Essence of Beauty crease brush, and there's a really pretty kind of burgundy shade here on the end. And just to give us some natural contour to our eye, I'm going to get a little bit of that on my brush and not really try to form an outer V or anything like that, but just kind of get that here in our crease. Just deepening it up a little bit. Burgundy shades can be a really, really natural contour if you're looking for, you know, an easy way to get that depth that you want without using a black shade. Try a deep burgundy or, you know, deep plum. Those can be really natural because you're working off of tones that are naturally in your skin, those, you know, really kind of red undertones and things like that. So anyway, you've got a little bit of that there. And then just for a teeny bit of added depth in the corner, I'm going to take my smaller crease brush and go to the shimmery black shade and just apply a little bit of that right on the outer half of the crease. I'm trying to use a very light application here because I don't want to go make this over the top or anything like that. We're just going for a little bit of definition here. Okay. And then I'm going to take a separate shade because she doesn't have any real bright white highlight up in here. It's kept pretty natural. So I'm going to take this single, CoverGirl single in Golden Sunrise, which I use a whole lot as just a highlight shade. You might think that's a little dark to be a highlight. Well, if you use it really lightly, it's just a really great wash of kind of goldeny warm color. So I'm using my Sephora rounded crease brush and just kind of going over the border of what we did and go all the way up to the brow, just for a nice warm sort of highlight there. Now for liner, I'm going to be using my Revlon Colorstay liquid liner in Blackest Black, and really there's not much going on her bottom lash line, so we're going to keep this pretty much confined to the top. And we are going to be putting on some individual fake lashes here in a second, so I'm going to put this down as sort of a base for them, so you can't really see where you've put them on exactly. And this is not winged out. This is kept pretty natural. I can tell that she's got just some black, classic black liner on her top lash line, so that's just kind of what we're sticking to here. You may want to widen it out just a little bit at the corner, but other than that, keep it pretty standard. So Megan maintains a pretty natural look to her lashes, but it's like a natural thickness. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and apply a couple of coats of my Almay One Coat Nourishing Mascara, and it has two sides to the wand. One is thickening and one is lengthening. So that's going to kind of make up my two coats there. I'm going to just put a little touch of that on the bottom, and then I'll come back and join you when I put on 3 little bundles of individual lashes. Alright, the individual lashes that I'm using are from the e.l.f. Individual Lash Kit. So these are probably my favorite individual lash bundles that I have. And they're only $1, so that's awesome. And I've already applied 2 of them, and you'll be able to, they'll show up a little better once I top them off with mascara after they've totally dried. But basically the way I do this is I pull one of them off, and you can see it's got that little bitty tip there. I grab my lash glue and just kind of get a little bubble of it up there, and then you've coated that little tip of the lashes, and we're going to let that dry here briefly, and then I'm going to go ahead and just set it on there. And I'm kind of focusing them on the outer half, so we've got that nice little sweep of thickness with the lashes there. Usually, you know, you want the glue to get tacky, so you do have to wait a little while because then it's really going to stay where you want it rather than drooping down and stuff. There it is. It's on there. These are very, very fine lashes, and they don't show up actually a whole lot until you put a little coat of mascara on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then join you with the finished look. All right, guys, here is my finished look. As I said, I'm channeling Megan Fox in this look, and it's really, I mean, I think the only thing we haven't touched on yet is the brow. She has somewhat a decent amount of thickness to her eyebrows, so for me, I didn't have to do a whole lot because my brows are sort of similar thickness, so I just went ahead and filled in a couple little places on the outer edges, put on some gel so they kind of stay in place, and kept it like that. As I said, we put on the bundles of individual lashes to give ourselves some thickness at the outer edges, and then her lips are just kind of a really fresh, sort of, you know, pinky, just kind of really feminine shade, just kind of juicy lips, but they're not totally red. And so I used a shade, it's from the Maybelline, I think it's the Moisture Extreme lipstick, and this shade is Roseberry. So I put a coat of that on and then blotted it off because I thought it was a little too bright, and then I topped it off with sort of a lighter pink lip gloss. It's the CoverGirl Amazemint lip gloss, and this is Everything's Rosy. Okay, so kind of a lighter pink, and I think that kind of achieved what she was going for. Not overly shiny, but still, you know, really, really pretty, and just that, you know, it kind of gives you that glow to the rest of your face. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. I think this, even though, you know, we don't all have her blue eyes or whatever, you may not have the same features as her. Like, I mean, I definitely don't, but it just goes to show that you can use some of the things that you see on a day-to-day basis in Hollywood and actually incorporate it into your own makeup look. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.